Guys, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to learn the index and match function and the VLOOKUP. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and then hit the like button. So we have three cases we're going to consider in this tutorial for the index and match function. The first case is we have been given the order ID and then we want to find the customer names related to these orders. So we start with the index. The argument in the index formula is, first of all, looks for the array. An array is just a range or a set of values. So in this argument, what Excel is saying is that Excel wants to know where you can find your answer. That is, in this case, we are looking for the customer name, right? So in which column can you find the customer name? The customer name is in column B. So you highlight your customer name, and then we have to fix, because it's a static array. For the row number, we have to employ the use of the match function. And what the match function does is it assigns a row number or a value to the row. So in the argument for the match function, it looks out for the lookup value. And in this case, our lookup value is the order ID, which is this order ID. We are not going to fix that because it's dynamic, because we want to move downwards. So second part of this argument, the lookup array. So in this table, where can we find our order ID? The order ID is in column A, right? So then we can highlight our order ID column. Then we fix this as well. Then we are looking for an exact match. So it's going to be a 0. Close our first argument. Don't forget to close our second argument. So Excel says with this order, we have this customer name. We can verify whether we have this answer is correct. And so we look through our table. Where can we find this? So we look at row 16, and then you can find this order ID, and this is the customer name related to the order ID. So that is the first case scenario. So we can you can drag your cursor or just double click the right corner, and it will apply the formula to the downward rows. We look at our second scenario. In this second scenario, we have our customer names and the quantity. So we've been given our customer names and we want to find the quantity sold to these customers. So we start again with our index formula. You press the tab or double click, and Excel gives you the arguments in the formula. And these are the first argument is an array. So as I explained earlier, in this case, our array is where our answer is located, which is we are looking for the quantity, right? So in this table, the quantity is in column F. So we can highlight. So what we are telling Excel is that look at this column and return the value related to this customer name. So we can fix this array because it's static. Then we have to assign a row number. To assign this, we employ the use of the match function. And as I said earlier, the match function assigns a row number to your given data. So in the argument of the match function, we have the lookup value. And the lookup value in this case is this, which is Sean Donnell. Where can we find a lookup value? Which is the customer names, right? The customer name. So which is in column B. So you highlight your customer name, and then you don't forget to fix your array. In this case, you are looking for an exact match. Then we can close our first argument, then our second argument as well. So Excel returns us 5, which is the quantity sold to Sean Donnell. So we can look at the customer name. Where can we find Sean Donnell? It's in the 4th row of our data. So Sean Donnell bought 5 quantities, so it means that our formula is correct. So we can apply the same, you can just drag or double click to apply to the various arguments. Let's get to our last case scenario. In the last case scenario, we have our customer names, and then we want to find the city related to these customers. We start with the same argument, which is the index formula. In this case, we are looking for the city, so the city becomes an array, which is the answer that we are looking for. So we are looking for this, has to be in this row. We can fix our yes because we want it to be a static array. And then for our row number, we import the match function. In the match function, the argument is to the lookup value. Our lookup value is Irene Maddox. And our lookup array, where can we find? It's in the customer name, so it should be in column B. And note, anytime we are highlighting our lookup value and our array should be on the same line. That's how Excel will recognize, because it has to be on the same line. So we have to fix our lookup array, and we are looking for an exact match. We close our argument. So Excel is saying that a customer with the name Irene Maddox is from Seattle. So we look through our customer name. Where can we find Irene? Irene is here, and then our city is Seattle, so it means we are right. We can just double click to apply this. So in a nutshell, this is all about the index and match function. We can just do a quick recap, and what we said is the index and match function, our first argument looks at where our answer is contained or what we are looking for. In this case, what we are looking for is the customer name, right? So you highlight your first argument, that is where you are looking for. So no, this is not the lookup value, but this is rather where your answer or where what you are looking for is contained. And this is contained in column B. And then we use the match function to assign a row number to this set of data or this set of array. So in this case, we use the match function, and the argument in the match function is it takes a look at the lookup value, which is match the other ID. And where can we find this other ID? The lookup value for this other ID is in column A. So then we highlighted our other ID, and then we want an exact match, so it's a 0 match. Then you can press enter. So that is all about the index and match function.